Lee Char was the king of Cala who rose to power after his father's assassination. Outside of his 3 episodes in the Clone Wars series, which told that exact story, little else was known about his fate, until now. Both the Darth Vader comics and the main Star Wars comics have explored his story 1 year after the end of the Clone Wars and then 2 decades after that. Today I'll tell you what happened to the king. At some point after Order 66, a surviving Padawan named Ferren Barr made his way to Mon Cala to advise the king as the Empire spread its influence across the galaxy. Suspecting that a Jedi was hiding on the planet, the Emperor sent Vader, Tarkin, and a handful of Inquisitors to investigate. Admiral Akbar denied the presence of any enemies to the Empire, but when the Imperial ambassador to Mon Cala was killed, the Empire used it as an excuse to attack the planet's citizens. Ferren Barr used the Force to influence the king to fight back against the Empire, insisting that the Mon Calamari would one day be instrumental in the liberation of the galaxy. Lee Char scuttled any city above the surface of the water to hinder Tarkin's attack, but he was ultimately cornered by Vader. Ferren Barr made his way to the king's side to face the Dark Lord of the Sith, and revealed that he was responsible for the death of the Imperial ambassador in the first place, and therefore the deaths of every Mon Calamari and Quarren that fought back against the Empire. Lee Char ordered his soldiers to stand down, hoping to save as many lives as he could, and Tarkin agreed to stop the attack once he surrendered himself to their custody. Ferren Barr was killed, but not before confidently repeating his vision that the Mon Calamari would one day save the galaxy. The king of Mon Cala was taken to the water-world prison planet Strokill Prime, where he was interrogated and tortured for 2 decades. He was eventually forced to rely on life support to stay alive, and that was his existence until a rescue attempt was made by the Rebel Alliance. Princess Leia, hoping that Lee Char's rescue would rally the Mon Calamari people to their cause, was disheartened by his inability to leave. So the king instead recorded a message for his people to see before stormtroopers erupted into his cell, opening fire and killing him. Although King Lee Char was dead, his legacy survived. Leia and her team delivered his message to the Mon Calamari people who were moved by his speech and enraged by his murder. They rose up against the Imperials who had occupied their fleet, took back their ships, and officially joined the Rebel Alliance. So now you know what happened to the king after the Clone Wars. Again, if you want to read these stories for yourself, check out the Burning Seas arc in the Darth Vader comic and the Mutiny on Mon Cala arc in the Star Wars comic. They came out simultaneously, and it was very interesting reading them side by side, but doing the Vader comic and then the Star Wars comic would work fine as well. I'm asked a lot where I get my comics, and I read them on Comixology. That's not an ad, I get nothing for mentioning them, I'm just trying to help out. Whether you've read the comics or not, I'd love to hear what you think of Lee Char's story, so let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.